Over the next several weeks, we're going to be learning about rocks preceding the rest of our unit on plate tectonics, which is the collision of oceanic and continental crust to create our mountains, valleys, ridges, fracture zones. The classification of rocks. Rocks are classified into three different categories that geologists have come up with: sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. And then they're further classified based on what the rocks look like or how they're made. And we'll learn how rocks are created through the process called the rock cycle. Sedimentary rocks are made from rock fragments. So rock fragments are created by wind, water, ice breaking down rocks into smaller pieces, such as pebble, sand, silt, or a boulder. And those pieces then come together over time and make clastic sedimentary rocks or other types of sedimentary rocks. Clastic sedimentary rocks are classified by grain size or particle size because they have different pebbles or boulders or sand in them to make them. Like a conglomerate has pebbles and sand around the pebbles that have been compacted over thousands of years to make this type of rock. And then red sandstone and gray sandstone feel like sandpaper, and so it's very fine-grained sand that make up sandstone that have been compacted, again, for many years. So non-clastic sedimentary rocks or chemical sedimentary rocks are made from when a lake or river evaporate because they're drying up and they're done, or a pond or a swamp, and it leaves behind minerals that were dissolved in the water, and these minerals harden over time and they make different types of sedimentary rock. Halite is similar to rock salt, which we put on our roads in the winter to stop ice from forming. Biological sedimentary rock or organic sedimentary rock are rocks that come from once living organisms. So there's a couple different types of coal that are made from sedimentary rocks. Some types of coal are also a metamorphic type of rock. So sedimentary rocks, they're the most common or abundant ones that we find on the surface of Earth because most of our land is made from them. Shale is the most common. You can actually sort of break it apart easily with a hammer and a chisel into different flat, thin layers. Igneous rocks. Well, igneous rocks are formed by the crystallization of magma or lava, and there's a difference between magma and lava. Lava is molten rock on the surface of Earth, and magma is molten rock beneath the surface of Earth. And so that's where we get the words extrusive and intrusive igneous rocks. Extrusive igneous rocks are formed from lava because lava cools much quicker than magma, so they're tiny or fine-grained crystals in those igneous rocks. But beneath the surface, magma can cool for a much longer time, so we talk about those as intrusive because they have a lot. The grain size can be seen. You can see all the different minerals that make up those types of igneous rocks. Granite is one of those intrusive igneous rocks because you can see the grain size. Basalt is a extrusive igneous rock because it is fine-grained and it comes from molten rock on the surface, or lava. Gabbro is another type of igneous rock, and it is coarse-grained and has been formed within the earth. Obsidian is one of my favorite rocks because it's this glassy black rock. If it is sort of regular obsidian, but then snowflake obsidian actually looks like it has these little snowflakes in it, and it's kind of cool. Pumice, which can be used to scrape dead skin off feet if you go to the spa or have a pedicure. That's sort of what they're using for that. When we look at it in class, you'll be able to tell. Metamorphic rocks are formed from heat and pressure deep within the earth. So it's a baking heat, not a melting heat. So these rocks are sort of baked and pressed so that they change into something else, because metamorphic means to change. And then there are different types of metamorphic rocks. You have regional and contact. Regional is for a large area, such as a collision of plate tectonics, and contact metamorphism can be when a lava flow or a magma chamber can bake the rock surrounding it. So foliated and non-foliated are two ways to describe metamorphic rocks. Foliated means layers. Okay, you can see the layers. It could be very thin, usually different colors denote the different layers. Sometimes they can be sort of chipped like slate can be, so you can see the different layers for foliated. And then non-foliated metamorphic rocks, they have no layers. You can't see the different layers.